SCP-4210, The American Dream. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4210 is to be placed in a safe secure box at Site Redacted. Houses constructed according to SCP-4210 are to have 2-meter high fences installed around the perimeter of the land under the guise of construction work. Properties surrounding these houses are to be purchased by the Foundation, with at least one building utilized as a guard barracks and research laboratory. 4 guards are to be placed around the perimeter of SCP-4210 and disguised as construction workers in 6-hour rotating shifts. Any and all persons attempting to enter an SCP-4210 house without approval from on-site Level 3 researcher are to be detained and administered Class A amnestics. Windows are to be heavily tinted on SCP-4210 houses in order to prevent a security breach. Persons leaving SCP-4210 houses after being removed by other entities are to be interviewed and sent to Site Redacted for psychological evaluation and amnestic treatment. Description: SCP-4210 is an anomalous residential floor plan, supposedly produced by architectural company S Incorporated. However, no records of this company have been recovered. On the backside, the writings The American Dream, Our Dream, 19 Redacted, in Japan, illegible, Me Because This, Change for the Better, are present in black ink. Houses built using SCP-4210 are identical in material, size, and room numbers, only differing in furnishing. The Foundation is currently aware of 5 SCP-4210 houses, all residing in the continental United States. After spending a prolonged period of time in a house constructed according to SCP-4210, persons begin to undergo psychological changes, expressing strong desires to make themselves and other people in the house perfectionists, identifying themselves as family. The perfection the entities strive for is directly reminiscent of the American 1950s nuclear family stereotype as detailed below. At any one time, there is a maximum of 4, one of each entity type, SCP-4210 entities in an SCP-4210 house. SCP-4210-A refers to persons who are biologically male and are between the ages of 25 and 50. After spending a total of 29 hours in the house, SCP-4210-A will begin to exhibit behavior typical of a father figure, such as romantic attraction towards SCP-4210-B, and fatherly behavior towards SCP-4210-C and SCP-4210-D. Typical behavior includes dressing in business attire, watching television programs while simultaneously consuming alcoholic beverages, and participating in catch with SCP-4210-C. SCP-4210-B refers to persons who are biologically female and are between the ages of 25 and 50. Similarly to SCP-4210-A, SCP-4210-B will exhibit motherly behavior. Typical behavior includes producing meals and beverages for itself and other entities, cleaning previously used cutlery, reading magazines, and conversing with SCP-4210-A about its day. SCP-4210-C and SCP-4210-D refer to persons who are under the age of 24. SCP-4210-C will act in a way similar to children or teenagers depending on its age and gender. Instances under the age of 5 are completely dependent on SCP-4210-B for sustenance. Physical fights between older instances of SCP-4210-C and D are common. A subject entering an SCP-4210 house that fits criteria for one of the aforementioned entities that already exists in the house will gradually start to exhibit behaviors of the respective SCP-4210 entity. Subjects will become SCP-4210 entities at a less gradual rate and will decide to join the family. After a short period of time, the new entity will become more accepted by the family. The fate of the previous instance depends on the family. Usually they are either ignored or banished from the house forcefully. If one of the SCP-4210 entities no longer matches the criteria for an SCP-4210 entity, either by aging out of the age range or by death, the family will actively seek out candidates for replacement, often by inviting neighbors to events such as dinners. Discovery: on Redacted, local police were called to the report of a disturbance in residential Redacted, California. Upon arriving at the scene, police discovered a man running down Redacted Street, wearing only underwear, shouting, "How could they replace me?" continuously for about 7 minutes. When brought in for questioning at the local police station, the man, named M. Scratton, explained that he was eating dinner with his family at his home when a stranger knocked on his door. In under 15 minutes, Mr. Scranton was removed from his house with only his underwear and SCP-4210 in his possession. Mr. Scranton was questioned about the origins of the floor plan and any locations of the other houses using its design. Mr. Scranton refused to answer about the origins, however he gave the location of 4 more houses. He was unwilling to share how he knew about these houses. Mr. Scranton was subsequently administered amnestics and released to the public under Foundation watch. Interview log D13564. On Redacted, D-Class Subject D13564, a 34-year-old male, entered SCP-4210-05 and was instructed to remain inside for 3 hours in order to become SCP-4210-A. After a period of 4 hours, D-Class Subject D92873, a 29-year-old male who matched the same criteria as D13564 but was more athletically built, was instructed to enter the house. After approximately 21 minutes, D13564 was observed exiting the house in a distraught panic. Interview follows. Interviewed, D13564. Interviewer, Dr. A. Begin log. Dr. A. Hello, D13564. My name is Dr. A. I'm going to be asking you a few questions. D13564. My family literally just kicked me out. Don't you people have any sympathy? We just need you to cooperate with us and tell us how you feel about everything that went on for those 4 hours. Perfect. Sorry? Perfect. It was perfect. We were perfect. We complemented each other so well. We flowered as a family. There was nothing that could stop us. If we couldn't do something together, it's because it was impossible. What sort of activities could you do in such a short time to feel that way? We cooked together, played chasey with the kids, watched a movie together until he came in. Until D92873 entered the house? I don't know his number, but yeah, I assume that's the piece of shit. What occurred when D92873 entered the house? Well, we welcomed him in, of course. We weren't going to be rude, we were better than that. He came in and we started talking about everything that was going on with him, and he was quite interesting. Younger and probably more attractive than me, which was exactly why I started to worry. What did you feel that made you worry about him? I had a feeling. I'm not sure what it was, just a feeling that something was wrong. I could see the way the kids and the wife were talking to him. They were more and more impressed with every word he was saying. I thought to myself that I was surely better than him in some way, right? D13564 looks extremely distressed and stares at Dr. A for 14 seconds. What is it? It's just that, as soon as I thought that, the immediate second I thought, that I had to be better in some way. The kids and my wife looked up at me, angrily, and at the same time said, "No, you aren't good enough." D13564 begins to tear up before getting visibly angry. It was you. What was me? You sent in that son of a bitch to see my reaction. You knew this would happen. You knew I would lose my family. They weren't your family. How fucking dare you mess around with me and my family like that? D13564, you need to calm down or there will be serious repercussions. I want a new one. You want a what? A new family. A perfect family. And I don't want you fuckers to mess around with it. We won't send you back in there in the foreseeable future. May I remind you of the agreement you have with the Foundation? I don't care about the agreement. You don't understand what it's like to be so close to perfection, only to have some other asshole take it from you. There's nothing to be done for you. You're to be psychologically evaluated and assigned elsewhere, per the agreement. At least someday I'll find that sort of perfection again. I'll make it mine. And you eggheads will get none of it. End log. Recovered document 4210-02. The following document was recovered during a sweep of SCP-4210-02 prior to containment. My dearest E, I'm hoping this letter finds you well. It's gone wrong. Everything I dreaded would happen has come to pass. M has taken the plans for himself. He says he wasn't going to build the perfect America out of it. I told him that wasn't the purpose of the plans, and in fact, the purpose couldn't be further from that. He said he can make improvements to it, tweak it, so everyone can strive to be better, to be perfect. All I wanted for us to be together and raise a family we could be proud of. By the time you're reading this, it may already be too late for me, but who knows, right? Maybe I'll get another miracle from Japan. More a curse in disguise, I guess now. When M took the plans, he threatened me with a gun. Can you believe it? I don't think he meant to shoot, but that damn idiot. Here we are. If you get this message, try and get the plans back, but be careful. M is doing anything he can to get what he wants, and I couldn't stand the thought of you getting in harm's way for me. Have a wonderful life, E, but don't try to make it perfect. You never even had to try. I love you. John S. Thank you for listening to SCP-4210. If you enjoyed this SCP, please like and subscribe, and also follow the link in the description to the SCP Wiki, and vote to support it and the SCP Wiki as a whole. Also, if you have any SCPs you'd like for me to do, please leave a comment below, and I'll see what I can do.